Can anyone has anyone learned the divisions, all the division, all 5 divisions? किसी को याद हुए? किसी को सारे divisions याद हुए? Not in the correct order, just in any order you can just a second. Okay. हाँ. Okay, मुजना. सारे डिविजन्स के नाम क्या क्या नाम है सारे डिविजन्स के? मुजना, आर यू टाइपिंग? ओके. फोर ब्रेन, मिड ब्रेन, हाइंड ब्रेन, रेटिकुलर फॉर्मेशन. लाइबा, ये जो थे ये 3 मेन डिविजन्स हैं, ठीक है. जो इनके भी डिविजन्स हैं, फोर ब्रेन के 2 डिविजन, हाइंड ब्रेन के 2 डिविजन, हम उनको अलग अलग नाम्स देते हैं, ठीक है. एंड इवन मिड ब्रेन को भी हम अलग नाम देंगे. सो देयर आर 5 डिविजन्स: टेलेंसेफ्लॉन, डायेंसेफ्लॉन, मेसेंसेफ्लॉन, मेटेंसेफ्लॉन एंड माइलेंसेफ्लॉन. वेरी गुड मुजना, ठीक है. सो T is for top, which is on the uppermost part of your brain, so that is called telencephalon. ठीक है, ठीक है. लाइबा, 3 डिविजन मेन डिविजन्स होते हैं, वो हर एनिमल में होंगे, लेकिन ह्यूमन में क्या होता है, ये स्वेलिंग्स जो होती हैं 2 स्वेलिंग्स हो जाती हैं, हाइंड ब्रेन की भी और फोर ब्रेन की भी, ठीक है. ओके, तुषार ऑर्डर में नहीं है ना? ऑलराइट, ठीक है. ऑलराइट, सो T इज फॉर टॉप, यानी कि सबसे ऊपर जो आता है वो हमारा टेलेंसेफ्लॉन आता है, ठीक है. एनसेफ्लॉन इज द कॉमन वर्ड, उसको याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है, मतलब वो सेम ही रहेगा तीनों में. सो T इज फॉर टॉप, टेलेंसेफ्लॉन, एंड देन ऑल द अदर डिविजन्स आर अरेंज्ड इन अल्फाबेटिकल ऑर्डर, ठीक है. सो इट विल बी डायेंसेफ्लॉन, D डायेंसेफ्लॉन, MS मेसेंसेफ्लॉन, MT मेटेंसेफ्लॉन, MY माइलेंसेफ्लॉन, ठीक है. सो ये हैं 5 डिविजन्स. कल हमने कौन सा डिविजन डिस्कस किया था? माइलेंसेफ्लॉन, ठीक है. माइलेंसेफ्लॉन में कौन कौन से पार्ट्स, विच स्ट्रक्चर्स बिलोंग टू माइलेंसेफ्लॉन, प्रकाश? Medulla and reticular formation. Very good. So medulla is basically just a second. Is my slide visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, medulla and reticular formation. Medulla is responsible for all your vital functions for your survival. Basically, heart rate, breathing rate, all the vital functions which are necessary for the human survival are basically the functions of medulla. ठीक है. And reticular formation is basically for your arousal, for your awareness and consciousness. ठीक है. So today we'll be discussing about metencephalon, which is also a part of hind brain, but it contains different structures. ठीक है. All right. So this whole purple structure is basically your hind brain, which is divided into 2 parts, mylencephalon and metencephalon. ठीक है. mylencephalon के 2 पार्ट हमने कल डिस्कस कर लिए थे, medulla and reticular formation. 2 other parts of metencephalon are pons and cerebellum. ठीक है. cerebellum, बेल से याद रखना, it belongs to the later part, ठीक है, below the brain, ठीक है. B से बिलो, B से बेस, B से बेल, ठीक है, बेलम, ऐसे याद करना इसको. तो बिकॉज द टर्म्स आर रियली कंफ्यूजिंग, एक सेरिब्रम भी होता है, एक सेरिबेलम भी होता है. जस्ट रिमेंबर दैट सेरिबेलम इज द बेस, ठीक है. ये जो बड़ा सा स्ट्रक्चर हम यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं पर्पल कलर का, दिस इज बेसिकली योर सेरिबेलम, ठीक है. मेड्यूला एंड रेटिकुलर फॉर्मेशन वी हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडीड. नाउ अनदर स्ट्रक्चर विच बिलोंग्स टू मेटेंसेफ्लॉन इज बेसिकली कॉल्ड पॉन्स, ठीक है. पॉन्स एंड मेड्यूला सर्वाइवल फंक्शंस, रेटिकुलर फॉर्मेशन, अराउजल, अटेंशन, अवेयरनेस. वेरी गुड, ठीक है. सो पॉन्स एंड सेरिबेलम belongs to metencephalon, which are also a part of hind brain, ठीक है. ओके, सो लेट्स डिस्कस पॉन्स फर्स्ट. तो पॉन्स मीनिंग ब्रिज. सो ये हमने फर्स्ट क्लास में भी डिस्कस किया था दैट पॉन्स जो है इट कम्स फ्रॉम अ लैटिन वर्ड कॉल्ड ब्रिज, ठीक है. is indeed a bridge between the lower parts of the brain and the upper sections. So basically upper section यानी कि ऊपर वाले जो ब्रेन के पार्ट हैं और नीचे वाले जो ब्रेन के पार्ट्स हैं उन दोनों को जोड़ने का काम कौन करता है? पॉन्स करता है. ठीक है. इट इज बेसिकली अ ब्रिज बिटवीन द अपर पोर्शन एंड द लोअर पोर्शंस ऑफ द ब्रेन. ठीक है. देन इट इन्फ्लुएंसेस आवर स्लीप एंड ड्रीमिंग. सो दिस इज द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ पॉन्स, दैट इट इन्फ्लुएंस योर स्लीप एज वेल एज योर ड्रीमिंग. सो इट इज एसोसिएटेड विद स्पेसिफिकली विद दैट स्लीप वेयर यू आर ड्रीमिंग. सो एज आई सेड दैट स्लीप ऑल टुगेदर एक बहुत डिफरेंट और बहुत अलग टॉपिक हो जाता है. ठीक है. इट्स समहाउ रिलेटेड टू दैट, but there are certain other elements as well in the stages of sleep हो गया या non REM sleep हो गया. So if you want I can give you a lecture on that as well, so we can keep it as a separate lecture once we are done with the syllabus. ठीक है. So it plays an important role here where you're sleeping, and also in that sleep you are dreaming. So pons play a very important role here. Then it is also concerned with the coordination of the movement on the right and left sides of the body and also arousal. ठीक है. So we have seen that reticular formation जो है it is a part of your medulla as well, and it is a part of your pons as well, and something beyond that. ठीक है. pons से भी ऊपर जो है थोड़ा सा reticular formation का part आता है. And reticular formation is basically your arousal part. awareness, arousal, alertness उनके लिए होता है. ठीक है. attention हो गया, focus हो गया, concentration होगी. So all those things are related with reticular formation. Since reticular formation का थोड़ा सा part जो है वो pons में भी आता है, therefore pons is also responsible for your arousal. ठीक है. Pons is also responsible for the arousal, and it is also related to the coordination of the movement of your left and right side of the body. So a nucleus or the neural center, nucleus is basically the collection of neurons. ठीक है. The collection of neurons of pons receive auditory signal relayed by a ear. So whatever is coming to your ear, it goes directly to the pons. ठीक है. There you receive auditory signal. So we are receiving the sensations from our ear in the form of auditory signals. ठीक है. visual signals हमारी eye receive करती है. Similarly हमारे ears जो हैं वो auditory information receive करेंगे. ठीक है. So the auditory signals are then passed on to the pons. ठीक है. It is believed that pons is involved in sleep mechanism, particularly the sleep characterized by dreaming. So again, it is important. It plays an important role in the sleeping mechanism. Also, only that sleep, particularly that sleep which is characterized where you are dreaming. ठीक है. It contains nuclei affecting respiratory movement and facial expressions also. So if you remember when we were studying about the brain stem, ठीक है, जो हमने 4 basic functions में देखा था about the movement, voluntary muscles के movement में, spinal cord was responsible for the movement of rest of your body. ठीक है. But brain stem में जो motor neurons होते हैं, those were responsible for the movement of your facial movement के लिए, face के movement के लिए basically those motor neurons which are present in your brain stem. So this all comes in your brain stem. ठीक है. Remember that we talked about यहाँ पे हमने देखा था that everything below this shaded part is basically your brain stem. The shaded part is your brain stem where the cerebral hemispheres sit. So this basically this grayish pink part which is visible from the outside is basically your cerebral hemispheres, 2 cerebral hemispheres, and on which under these cerebral hemisphere is this long structure which is called brain stem. ठीक है. So pons में भी वही neurons present होते हैं which are responsible for your facial expression and your respiratory movement. So basically the movement of your diaphragm or your chest. ठीक है. So basically यहाँ की आगे chest की movement जब हम respiration करते हैं, we are breathing in, breathing out, so the movement of our chest and the facial expression. So whatever is the movement, either you are eating, you are swallowing, so everything, every movement on your face is basically the function of pons. ठीक है. So these are the important function. One is basically your sleep and dreaming. Another is the coordination of movement. Third is the arousal because of the reticular formation present in the pons as well. ठीक है. And the fourth one is basically the respiratory movement and your facial expression. So these 4 are the important functions of pons. Moving on, let's move on to the cerebellum. ठीक है. So the big purple structure here, यहाँ पे भी जो ये big purple structure दिख रहा है basically, और ये स्ट्रक्चर्स जो है ये है हमारा सेरिबेलम. सो बिहाइंड द मेड्यूला एंड पॉन्स, सो इट लाइज बिहाइंड द मेड्यूला एंड, ठीक है, मेड्यूला और पॉन्स के पीछे ये स्ट्रक्चर है. एंड इट इज़ इन, मतलब अगर हम इसको ट्रांसलेट करते हैं तो इट मीन्स लिटिल ब्रेन, ठीक है. सो इट इज़ कंसिडर्ड अ लिटिल ब्रेन, विद इन अ ब्रेन इट इज़ अ लिटिल ब्रेन, ठीक है. It is located at the base of the skull and is a structure that looks like a small brain. So the structure looks like a small brain. So इसलिए हम उसको little brain या small brain भी कहते हैं. And it is located at the base of the skull. ठीक है, skull का जो base है, ठीक है, हमारा जो skull है एकदम उसके base पर जो ये structure है ये यहाँ पे present होता है. So it is the part of the lower brain that controls all involuntary rapid fine motor movement. So it is basically responsible for all involuntary movements which are not in your control. ठीक है, those movement happen automatically. Those movement happen very rapidly and fine motor movement. So basically the movement of very fine movement, like the movement of your fingers, the movement of your toes. So those movements are called fine movements. Okay, it is a part of the lower brain that controls the involuntary rapid fine motor movement. People can sit upright because the cerebellum controls all the little muscles needed to keep them from falling out their chair. So if you are sitting on a chair, or if you are sitting on a sofa or a stool, so basically what happens, you're sitting upright, ठीक है. It is because of your cerebellum that you are able to sit upright and you're not falling, ठीक है. आप हिल नहीं रहे हो, आप jerky movements नहीं कर रहे हो, you're sitting straight on a chair or on a stool or on a sofa, ठीक है. It is because of the cerebellum. So it maintains and controls the posture and equilibrium of the body. So basically it maintains the balance. Equilibrium here means the balance, and it controls the posture. So this is the important function of cerebellum, that it maintains the balance of your body, it maintains the posture of your body. And it is primarily concerned with the regulation of motor activities, serving to orchestrate muscular activities so that they occur in synchronized fashion. So what happened here is like अगर आप walk कर रहे हो, ठीक है, so what happens, you put your left foot first, then right, left then right, left then right. So this happens in a very synchronized manner, यानी एक pattern बन रहा है, ठीक है. while you are walking or while you are running एक certain pattern बन रहा है, ठीक है. हमारे दोनों legs में एक synchronicity है, ठीक है. दोनों चीज़ हमारी एक के बाद एक succession में चल रही हैं. So these are the movement which are called successive movement, which are happening in rapid successions or in a synchronized fashion or in a patterned manner, ठीक है. So all, if you're walking, if you're driving, if you're running, if you're picking something and putting it to other place, so both of your hands are moving in a synchronized fashion, ठीक है. So the main function of cerebellum is to maintain the posture, balance of the body, equilibrium of the body and all the muscular. So हमने जैसे while we were discussing activities as well, so सबसे पहला जो structure किसी ने बताया था that they play badminton. So basically badminton में you need to maintain a particular balance, you need to maintain particular posture in order to play, ठीक है. otherwise क्या होगा, you will fall or you'll have jerky movements, ठीक है. you will not be able to stand straight. So that is why cerebellum is very important in maintaining the posture and your balance. So cerebellum receives sensory and other inputs from the spinal cord, brainstem and forebrain. It processes this information and sends output to many parts of the brain to help our movement precise, coordinated and smooth. So basically it's also a relay center and an analysis center, ठीक है, जहाँ पे information आती है and that information is basically processed and sent to the other parts of your body, ठीक है. So sensory input कहाँ से आ रहा है, हमारी spinal cord से आएगा, ब्रेन स्टेम से आ सकता है या फिर फोर ब्रेन से आ सकता है. एंड दैट इंफॉर्मेशन इज बेसिकली प्रोसेस्ड और एनालाइज्ड एंड देन दैट इंफॉर्मेशन इज बीइंग सेंट टू द अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी सो दैट अ मूवमेंट्स कैन बी precise, coordinated and smooth. So again it plays an important role in the movement. Then it coordinates voluntary movement that have to happen in rapid succession such as walking, diving, skating, gymnastics, dancing, typing once it has been learned well, playing a music instrument and even the movement movements of the speech. So all these activities are basically a voluntary actions which are happening out of your own self, or you have certain control on these activities. ठीक है, and it is being possible with the help of cerebellum. ठीक है, so cerebellum is the one which is making all these rapid succession वाली activities पॉसिबल. ठीक है, सो ऑल दीज एक्टिविटीज़ हो गया, वॉकिंग हो गया, डाइविंग हो गया, टाइपिंग हो गया, म्यूजिक इंस्ट्रूमेंट प्ले करना, or anything, any movement of our speech as well. So these all are being coordinated by the cerebellum. Then because of the cerebellum, people do not have to consciously think about their posture, muscle tone and balance. So while you are sitting, you do not have to consider, you do not have to think about whether you are falling down or not. ठीक है, अगर आप चल रहे होते हो, you do not consciously think that you'll fall. ठीक है, हम ये सोच के नहीं चलते अगर मैं ऐसे पैर रख दूंगा तो मैं गिर जाऊंगा. ठीक है, हम ये नहीं सोचते हैं. We are automatically moving our legs and hands as well. ठीक है, while you are running or while you are walking, हमारे hand movement और हमारा लेग मूवमेंट जो ऑटोमेटिकली होता है, एंड यू डू नॉट थिंक अबाउट इट कि मैं अगर ये स्टेप रख दूंगा तो मैं गिर जाऊंगा, या मैं अगर मैंने ये स्टेप नहीं रखा तो मैं खड़ा रहूंगा सीधा. तो यू डू नॉट थिंक अबाउट ऑल दीज थिंग, यू डू नॉट थिंक कॉन्शियसली अबाउट ऑल दीज थिंग वाइल यू आर वॉकिंग और वाइल यू आर डूइंग ऑल दीज सिंक्रोनाइज्ड रैपिड सक्सेशन वाली मूवमेंट. ठीक है, so again the main thing here talks about the voluntary movement of your body. Then through the motor commands, though the motor commands originate in the forebrain, the cerebellum receives and coordinate them to relate to the muscles. So basically what happens, your forebrain is basically the decision making authority in your body. ठीक है, in the whole of the nervous system, your forebrain is the one who make all the decisions in the body. ठीक है, but it is where the cerebellum क्या करेगा, वो वहाँ से भी हर जगह से information लेकर आ रहा है. ठीक है, हर जगह से information उसको मिल रही है, spinal cord से, brain stem से, forebrain से. So what happens here, it's basically the analysis. ठीक है, analysis हो रहा है उस information का, and then it coordinates to the muscles. ठीक है, सिग्नल्स ऊपर से आएंगे, सिग्नल्स हमारे फोर ब्रेन से आएंगे, बट दो सिग्नल विल कम डाउन टू द सेरिबेलम, एंड देन सेरिबेलम से हमारी रेस्ट ऑफ द बॉडी तक वो सिग्नल्स या वो कमांड्स जो होंगे वो जाएंगे. सो इट ऑल्सो स्टोर्स द मेमोरी ऑफ मूवमेंट पैटर्न, सो दैट वी डू नॉट हैव टू कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन हाउ टू वॉक, डांस और राइड अ बाइसिकल. सो ऑल द मेमोरी रिलेटेड टू द पैटर्न. सो इफ यू आर ब्रशिंग योर टीथ, यू डू नॉट थिंक कि मेरा अगला स्टेप क्या होगा, मुझे अपर टीथ ब्रश करना है, मुझे लोअर टीथ ब्रश करना है. इट हैपन्स वेरी ऑटोमेटिकली बिकॉज यू हैव लर्नड दैट थिंग ओवर द पास्ट फ्यू ईयर्स. ठीक है, सो इट हैज बिकम अ वेरी ऑटोमेटिक रिस्पॉन्स. सो ब्रशिंग टीथ और वॉकिंग, डांसिंग, राइडिंग अ बाइसिकल, these are your habits, these are your pattern behavior. All this memory is basically stored in your cerebellum. ठीक है, सारी इन मूवमेंट से रिलेटेड जो भी हमारी मेमोरी है ये हमारी सेरिबेलम में स्टोर होती है. ठीक है, लर्न रिफ्लेक्सेस, सो ऑल द रिफ्लेक्सेस दैट यू हैव लर्न रिफ्लेक्सेस में हमारा टाइपिंग आ गया या फिर पियानो प्लेइंग आ गया. ठीक है, सो ऑल द रिफ्लेक्सेस दैट यू हैव लर्नड, द स्किल्स दैट यू हैव, फॉर एग्जाम्पल किसी को टाइपिंग करना होगा या किसी को कोई स्किल आती है, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल वुड कटिंग करना. ठीक है, सो it's basically a skill. ठीक है, and the habits basically brushing your teeth. So any habit, any skill, any reflexes which are learned are basically stored here, which allows them to become more or less automatic. So all these responses, they become more or less automatic because the memory is already being stored within the cerebellum. All right. सो अगेन डैमेज टू सेरिबेलम. अब क्या होगा अगर इस पार्ट को कोई डैमेज कर देते, कुछ डैमेज हो जाता है इस पार्ट का, तो क्या होगा. सो द डैमेज टू सेरिबेलम रिजल्ट्स इन जर्की, पुअरली कोऑर्डिनेटेड मसल फंक्शनिंग. सो नेचुरली दिस इज हेल्पिंग इन मेंटेनिंग posture and balance. So if this gets damaged, then there are some jerky and uncoordinated movement, uncoordinated muscle functioning. If such damage is severe, it may be impossible for a person to stand, let alone walk or run. So it's not possible for a person to walk or run and even to stand. So they have to use wheelchair or walking aids every time. Then In addition, the cerebellum may also play a role in certain cognitive processes such as learning. So it also plays an important role in storing memory. ठीक है, तो हमने जो भी चीज़ें याद करी हैं, जो भी हमारे पैटर्न बिहेवियर है, हमने उनको याद करके हमारी मेमोरी में स्टोर करा है. सो cerebellum अगर डैमेज हो जाता है, then that memory is also somehow affected. That memory is somehow affected and that learning process, हमारे जो learned responses थे वो भी affect हो जाते हैं. So it also play a role in certain cognitive processes such as learning या फिर memory. ठीक है, अगर डैमेज होता है cerebellum तो first of all it affects your coordination of the muscle movement. coordination नहीं हो पाता है हमारी muscles का. Then you are not able to stand, walk or run, and it also affects your cognitive processes like memory or learning. So in a disease called spinocerebellar degeneration or spinocerebellar ataxia, the first symptoms are tremors and unsteady walk, slurred speech, dizziness and muscle weakness. So this is a disease which is called ataxia or spinocerebellar degeneration. So what happens, so the similar जैसे Parkinson's में symptoms होते हैं that the muscle movement is usually uncoordinated, similar way में what happens is you suffer from, the person suffers from tremors, the person is not able to walk, the person is not able to speak properly, he or she might suffer from dizziness and also muscle weakness. So the person suffering from this will eventually be unable to walk, stand or even get a spoon to his or her own mouth. So if the person is not, so coordination इतना खराब हो जाता है that you are not able to put a spoon to your mouth. ठीक है, you're not able to walk, you're not able to stand or not able to get a spoon to your mouth. So this I have gotten from a 2018 article. So this is not very old, just 2 years old. ठीक है, in a state without orders. So this is a case about Tamil Nadu, and Tamil Nadu में there was no official record of this disease. ataxia के बारे में कोई record नहीं था, कोई official record था ही नहीं, and this was like very first cases of ataxia in the state. So the person is saying that it is poorly understood, like just a second. So it is poorly understood and not everyone from the medical fraternity is aware of it. So because the symptoms, is this disease curable? So I think it is, I don't think it is curable because there are some treatment options given, but I don't think it is curable. So I have to confirm that. ठीक है, so the symptoms क्या होते हैं इसके काफ़ी similar है from the diseases that we have already seen. ठीक है, जब भी हम spinal cord की injuries के बारे में बात करते हैं या हम किसी tumor की बात करते हैं, so most of the symptoms are more or less same. कि ठीक है, the person is not able to walk, the person is not able to move their arms and legs, there are no coordinated movements, and there are certain jerky tremors as well. So the symptoms are very similar. ठीक है, but no one talks about this. So far Tamil Nadu में 2 years ago, I don't know what the situation right now is, but 2 years ago there was no record of this disease. So ataxia is a sign of an underlying condition that can affect the movement of various muscles, creating difficulty with speech and swallowing. So again, spinal cord की injury होती है या brain के किसी भी region में अगर injury हो जाती है, so more or less the symptoms are same. ठीक है, but we are talking about ataxia here, and ataxia is specifically related to your cerebellum region. ठीक है, although सारे brain के जो parts हैं, they work together to make a particular movement possible. ठीक है, तो अगर कोई एक पार्ट डैमेज हो जाता है, सो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू से दैट दिस पार्ट इज ओनली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर डिजीज या इस पर्टिकुलर डिसऑर्डर. ठीक है, तो ये काफ़ी मुश्किल हो जाता है कहना. दैट इज़ वाई मेडिकल फ्रेटर्निटी इज ऑल्सो नॉट वेरी अवेयर ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर टाइप ऑफ डिजीज. ऑलराइट, so it has it affects your movement of various muscles, which creates difficulties in speech and swallowing as well. Okay, you're not able to stand, you're not able to walk, and you have difficulties in speaking and even swallowing food. Alright, so the ataxia are of two types. One is basically acquired and non-genetic, which can result from brain injury, tumor or chemical exposure. So basically it's not something that you get from your parents or from your grandparents or from your families. ठीक है, तो it does not run in families. The acquired one is basically non-genetic. It can result from internal factors like brain injury हो गई, brain tumor हो गया. ठीक है, या फिर इफ़ यू आर एक्सपोज टू सम हार्मफुल केमिकल्स, ठीक है, एंड इट इज़ नॉट पास्ड इन द फैमिलीज. ना अदर वन इज बेसिकली द hereditary ataxia which is passed on the families, and in this case genetic testing is recommended. So if a person has ataxia and if they have children, so it is compulsory, it is very important to have genetic testing as well. So it is something which runs in the families. Okay, so certain gene mutation is basically responsible for this disease, and the gene testing must be the genetic testing must be done so that the offsprings they do not suffer from the same disease. Alright, so cerebrospinal ataxia brings degenerative changes in the part of the brain related to the movement and control, and sometimes in the spinal cord. So it is called spinocerebral. ठीक है, spinocerebral मतलब कि हमारी spinal cord भी it's affected, and also your cerebellum is affected. So both the parts are being affected here. So there are different types of SCA classified according to the mutated gene responsible for specific type. So according to the type of the gene which is responsible for the disease, the diseases are of different types. Then what are the signs? The problem with the coordination movement, coordination में difficulties होती है, balance में होती है, there is poor eye and hand-eye coordination. So what happens if a pen is sitting right in front of you, pen अगर आपके book के ऊपर रखा हुआ है, so if you are able to see it and if you are able to pick it, then your eye hand motor coordination is perfect. ठीक है, if you are able to see the pen right or any object right in front of you, if you are able to okay, it's a group of disorders. Alright, so basically if you're able to pick that object, then your eye and hand motor coordination is perfect. But if you're able to see the object and you're not able to pick that up, then your eye and hand motor coordination, it is basically affected. So it happens in this ataxia as well, that there is poor hand-eye coordination, there is abnormal speech because the person have problems in difficulties with the speech. With the speech. Then there is involuntary eye movement. The eye movements are not very proper. Vision problems, the person might suffer from vision problem as well, and some learning disabilities. Like learning disabilities कौन सी type की होती है? Does anyone know? Learning disabilities कौन सी type की होगी?
Ma'am,
dyslexia, dyscalculia, ठीक है, dysgraphia. So all these learning disorders are basically, they are a part of ataxia as well. So what patients want? So this was again, this is 2018 का article, and what people exactly want there is basically insurance for ataxia patients, then affordable domiciliary caregivers. So basically they want affordable services by the caregivers. Domiciliary is basically the caregivers reside within the home as well. ठीक है, तो घर में ही केयर गिवर्स रहे, इस टाइप की कुछ अफोर्डेबल सर्विसेज जो हैं वो प्रोवाइड करे गवर्नमेंट. एंड डिसेबल्ड फ्रेंडली सिटी. सो डिसेबल्ड फ्रेंडली सिटी इज बेसिकली द प्रेजेंस ऑफ रैम्प्स इन पब्लिक प्लेसेस. एलिवेटर्स हो गया, जैसे मेट्रो में क्या होता है, वी हैव स्पेशल, सो वी हैव एलिवेटर्स फॉर पीपल हु आर फिजिकली डिसेबल्ड, एंड देन वी हैव सम रैम्प्स एज वेल सो दैट दे कैन मूव देयर व्हील चेयर प्रॉपरली, एंड देयर आर सर्टेन सीट्स विच आर रिजर्व फॉर द फिजिकली डिसेबल्ड पीपल. सो सिमिलर मैनर में डिसेबल्ड फ्रेंडली सिटी जो है, द पीपल दे आर आस्किंग फॉर इट. And treatment के लिए the physical therapy can be applied to strengthen the muscle, while special devices to assist mobility. In some cases medication may be required. So because chemical exposure, brain injury, tumor, so all these things are internal and it might affect the internal chemistry of your body. So the medications are also required in some cases. Alright, so this was about cerebellum. Now let's have a quiz now. Okay, so we have 20 minutes left. I think we can do the quiz. So which brain structure is most responsible for our balance, posture and muscle tone? Medulla, cerebellum, reticular formation, pons. It's a Hindu article, it's a magazine article. मैं आपको ये आर्टिकल भेज दूंगी रज़ाउद्दीन, ठीक है? Okay, cerebellum, B. Okay, I'm looking for any different answer. कोई different answer है? So the correct answer is basically cerebellum. So it is responsible for your balance, posture and muscle tone. Now which brain structure would most likely result in death if damaged? ठीक है, अगर ये brain structure damage हो गया, so the person might die as well. Medulla, cerebellum, reticular formation, pons. Okay, Prakash and Zainab says A, Tushar says A, Musna says A. प्रकाश ए क्यों होगा?
मैम इट इज बेसिकली सर्वाइवल ना, जो एसेंशियल होती है, ब्रीथिंग वगैरह, हार्ट रेट वगैरह.
सो अगर दोज फंक्शन, सो मेड्यूला इज बेसिकली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ऑल द वाइटल फंक्शंस लाइक ब्रीदिंग हो गया, हार्ट रेट हो गया. अगर वो स्टॉप हो जाएंगी तो द पर्सन, देयर आर चांसेस दैट द पर्सन माइट डाई एज वेल. ओके, so Mrs. XYZ suffered a stroke that damaged a part of her brain. She fell into a sleep-like coma and cannot be awakened. If we know that the area is damaged somewhere in the brain stem, which structure is most likely to be damaged? So she suffered from a stroke, and stroke के बाद she fell into a coma and she cannot be awakened. So which structure is damaged in her state? Medulla, pons, reticular formation and cerebellum. Okay. Iram says C, Tuba says C, Madiha says C. Okay, रजाउद्दीन और प्रकाश, आप लोगों ने B बोला है. Why do you think B is the answer?
Because ma'am over there written is sleep like coma, that's why.
स्लीप लाइक कॉमा में होता है, लेकिन कॉमा में हो जाएगा ना. अगर दैट पार्ट इज डैमेज देन यू फेल इनटू कॉमा. ठीक है, इट इज नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट स्लीप, इट इज नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ड्रीम्स और स्लीप. ठीक है, हमने यहाँ पे देखा था हियर व्हेन वी वर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द रेटिकुलर फॉर्मेशन, हियर देयर वर सम स्टडीज विच वर डन इन एनिमल्स. ठीक है, जहाँ पे क्या था, RF ऑफ रैट्स जो होता है, अगर हम उनको इलेक्ट्रिकली स्टिमुलेट करते हैं वाइल दे आर स्लीपिंग, दे इमीडिएटली वेक अप. ठीक है, अगर RF जो है वो डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है देन दे फेल इनटू अ स्लीप लाइक कॉमा. ठीक है, अगर वो, ठीक है प्रकाश, समझ आ गया. सो अगर वो डैमेज हो जाता है रेटिकुलर फॉर्मेशन, सो द पीपल दे फॉल इनटू स्लीप लाइक कॉमा फ्रॉम विच दे नेवर अवेकन. सो इट इज ऑल्सो इम्प्लीकेटेड इन कॉमाज इन ह्यूमन एज वेल. ऑलराइट, ठीक है, समझ आ गया रजा? So the correct answer here is the reticular formation. Then Alex, who is 2 months old, is having his picture taken. The photographer tries to sit him up, but Alex keeps sinking down. Alex cannot sit upright yet because the dash in his brain stem is not yet fully developed. So Alex is just 2 months old and he's having his picture taken. The photographer जो है उसको try करता है कि straight बैठाए, but the person is not able to sit straight up. ठीक है, why he is not able to sit straight up? Because this part is not yet developed. Which part are we talking about? Okay, so we got the answer D. Alright, so your cerebellum is not properly developed while we are very young, like 2 months की age में the cerebellum is not yet developed fully. So therefore the person, the children, the infants especially, they have problems in sitting properly. Okay, alright. So let's just talk about midbrain. So we have like 15 minutes. So midbrain is like छोटा सा part of our brain. ठीक है, we'll be talking about midbrain while we will discuss vision and auditory in the next unit. ठीक है, so next unit में हम vision, audition and all those sensory stimuli के बारे में we'll be discussing, sensory information के बारे में we'll be discussing. So here midbrain is very small in size as compared to your forebrain and your हाइंड ब्रेन और फोर ब्रेन के कंपैरिजन में मिड ब्रेन जो है वो काफ़ी छोटा होता है. ठीक है, हाइंड ब्रेन वी हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड. दिस मिड ब्रेन इज बेसिकली कॉल्ड योर mesencephalon. ठीक है, myelin and metin they come under your hind brain and meson come under your mid brain. So midbrain is relatively small in size and it connects the hindbrain with the forebrain. So this grey shaded part that you can see here is basically your midbrain. ठीक है. A few neural centers related to visual and auditory sensations are found here. So neural center means the neurons which are responsible for your vision and audition. So basically हमारी vision से related, हम जो देख रहे हैं उससे related neurons और जो हम सुन रहे हैं उससे related neurons, they are present in this gray area which is called midbrain. ठीक है. Auditory sensation और visual sensation के लिए responsible जो भी neurons हैं, they are present here. Then it contains an extension of the reticular activating system as well as information processing center concerned with the vision and hearing. So reticular formation जो है वो यहाँ तक भी extend होता है. ठीक है. तो वो main कहाँ से start हुआ हमारा medulla से. A little part is in the pons as well and somewhat is present in the midbrain as well. So this is basically an information processing center. Now midbrain is basically your information processing center. A lot of information is coming from your eyes and ears. This information goes to your midbrain. It is analyzed. ठीक है. It is processed and then it is further transferred. ठीक है. So it is called an information processing center which is concerned with the vision and hearing. So there are two structures which are present. One is called superior colliculi. Superior and inferior terms are used in here in terms of the location. ठीक है. superior मतलब ऊपर, inferior मतलब नीचे. तो location के हिसाब से हम structures को name करते हैं यहाँ पे. superior और inferior ये English वाला नहीं है. In biology we use it to designate the location of the organ or the structure of the brain. ठीक है. तो superior मतलब ऊपर, inferior मतलब नीचे. So superior colliculi, this upper part is basically responsible for your vision and inferior colliculi is responsible for your hearing. ठीक है. So these two structures are the part of the midbrain. So midbrain also contains structures that play a role in varied functions as pain perception and the guidance and control of movement by the sensory input. So another auxiliary function like additional functions के क्या है that they play an important role in pain perception as well. So pain perception again we'll be studying that in the third unit. Pain perception में role play करता है. So whatever you're feeling within your skin, under your skin and inside of your body, on the surface of your body, so that is basically your pain perception. ठीक है. And the guidance and control of motor movement by sensory input. So basically all the sensory input is coming within the midbrain. ठीक है. हमारे vision और हमारी eyes और ears से जो भी sensory information है, it is coming to the midbrain. It is in a way guide the movement of your motor muscles. It guides the movement according to the stimulus that you are receiving from your eyes and ears. ठीक है. So this was about midbrain. Tomorrow we'll be discussing about the forebrain, diencephalon first and then telencephalon. ठीक है. I hope everything is clear अभी तक. कोई किसी को डाउट है? कोई डाउट है तो प्लीज जस्ट आस्क मी. So far we have discussed hindbrain and midbrain. Hindbrain में हमने 4 चीज़ें देख ली हैं. Medulla, reticular formation. Medulla is basically your survival kit. Reticular formation is basically for your awareness. Then hindbrain में हमने 2 चीज़ें और देखी, pons and cerebellum. Pons is basically responsible for your sleep and dreaming. And cerebellum is basically for your maintaining your posture and balance. Then we have also covered mesencephalon or midbrain, which consists of superior colliculi and inferior colliculi. Superior is basically responsible for the vision and inferior is basically responsible for your hearing. ठीक है. Once we are done with all the structure, all the basic divisions of your brain, I'll be giving you a chart. ठीक है. जिसके अंदर I'll be talking about the division, main division, forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain के 2 division मतलब जो उनके नाम है encephalon वाले वो, and certain structures and उनके keywords, so that आपको वो chart से थोड़ा easy हो जाए याद करना. ठीक है. So I'll be giving that after we are done with this part. ठीक है. forebrain वगैरह जब हम सब सारे structure, सारे divisions कर लेंगे उसके बाद I'll be giving you that chart so that it will be easy for you to remember the structure, name of the structure and the function of that particular structure. ठीक है. All right.